So one of the most popular questions that I've been asked is, I have money in my bank account. I am willing to invest for at least as far as I can see, aka I don't need this cash right now. But I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to start. I don't know what brokers to use. I don't know what stock to pick and all of those questions. And the question is not really about the return or the risk. The question is about how do I go about it? Well, like I said, in this video, I'm going to walk through it step by step. So first thing first, when you have decided that you want to invest in the stock market, the very first thing that you need to do is to find a good broker. So what you need to do is to download the app of whatever broker you want. I myself am quite familiar with interactive brokers and eToro. The reason why I tilt towards them is because they offer a lot of securities. Um, um, there is scarcely any company that you want to invest in that is not accessible through these brokers. Well, I need to make it clear that I do not have any affiliation with these two, but it is just totally based on my experience. So when you're setting up the account with either of these two, what you should look out for is that they are going to ask you for a means to identify you, a means to know where you are located. And also they are going to ask you some technical question about your experience with investing. So these questions is something that with the help of AI, you can easily pass through, but I strongly recommend that you try to understand the concept of what they are asking and give them the appropriate answers. So the reason why I recommended that is so that you have some background of finance if you do not already do. It is nothing too hectic, but it is something that it is needed. And if you do not have the patience to go through that, then I would advise that you get an advisor to walk you through the process. So now fast forward, let's say you have a brokerage account, you've already registered, let's say you pick Hitro for example. Then the next thing for you is for you to move your cash that is sitting down in your bank account, yielding that low interest, to move it into your brokerage account. So this is going to be a simple step. I think every brokerage have multiple options for you to move your account. There can be a direct payment to the broker's account that will reflect in your own wallet, or there could be a fully integrated, maybe to PayPal or through your credit card, debit card, to pay into your brokerage account. So that will be your first thing to do on the brokerage account. If you want to select stock, you have two ways of doing this. You can use fundamental approach or you can use the technical approach. So for me, I tilt towards fundamental approach. Um, Technical, I will make a video on this also for those that are convinced that the technical approach is the way to go about it. But in this video, is going to be more about the fundamentals. So what is the difference between these two? The fundamentals is just you investing based on knowing what moves the business, what are the key attributes of the business, understanding what does the business do, what are the seasonalities related to the business, what are the things that push the demand, what are the things that push the supplies, what are the factors that determine the price. Because it is simple, whatever, no matter how complex a business is, what they are dealing with is basically the demand, the supply, and then determining the price. So once you understand the factors that determine the demand and you understand the factors that determine the supply, then you should be able to know what business to invest in. So someone come to me recently that they want to start investing. They have the funds, they have some cash saved up, but they want to enter the stock market, but they do not know what stock to invest in. Then I know this person to be very enthusiastic about aviation, hospitality, and everything in between. So I what I did for them is that I helped them list out all the companies that are in aviation. Funny enough, most of these companies they are already familiar with them. What I listed out, especially in the aviation, the Ryan here, the Emirates, them Air France, them Turkish Airlines, and all of those airlines. The moment they see the list, they are already familiar with what they do. Like, okay, I know this, I know. Then I show them the chart, and they are already guessing the reason why price of the stock go down at this point. The reason why it went up at this point is because of the seasonality. Is because people travel during this time. It's because people don't travel during this time. Because it is this. Because it is that. So, if you have similar interest, the next question that I will ask you would be, okay, do you have any airline, any company that you would prefer to fly with? And do you have a reason for that? Now, so now, if your answer is that you just love them, that you just love their brand, that even if you can afford something more, airline that is more expensive, you will still be sticking with them, then that means there's something about them that they're doing right, and you recommend it with anyone, and then they have more value in that way. So what I would just say is that I think you should just invest in this business because you're already patronizing them. You can work for them, and also you can easily recommend them to your friends. So I think it won't matter much if we go the competitor way. But now, if your response is that okay, I'm only patronizing these guys because I can afford them, so it's not like there's really something special about them. There are other airlines that I would rather fly with. The difference is that now we need to look at the competitors because we need to look at what are the other people doing. Are there people in the same bracket? For example, when you're talking Ryanair, you're talking about Wizz Air also. Those are like the close competitors. And then you talk about them Lufthansa's, and you're talking about the Turkish Airlines, you're talking about Air France, you're talking all of these airlines. So when you look at the one that you're familiar with, you understand how they operate. Then you know that the difference between Ryanair and the Lufthansa is in their pricing, maybe what the packages that they offer. Understand the full, you already know what drives the demand, what drives the supply, what determine their pricing. Then that means it should not be hard for you to pick up the financial report and look at it. Then while you are picking up the financial report is for you to know what direction is this business going. Do they have like 5 years plan? Do they have like 2 years plan? Do they have no plan? Are they planning on changing the majority of their board very soon? Are they trying to invest in other things? So when you have this information, you can easily get this information in their report, but that can be tedious. So I'm going to make another video solely for that, for reading the financial statement for the sole purpose of investing. So when your answer comes out like, okay, I think I have checked this is the best brand that I know. And I checked their financial statement. I think they have some interesting things lined up. I look at their CEO, there is a very interesting person. Then you are convinced that this particular stock, in this case, let's say Lufthansa, is the best to invest with. Then I'll tell you that you just go ahead and put your money in their stock for aviation. Don't, no, not much stock. You remember? So I understand that these are a lot of questions to answer, and it is already overwhelming for you, maybe. You do not want to go through the stress of which stock should I pick, which particular one, which company should I stick with, do I believe in? Then the next thing for you is to go to ETF way. The ETF is basically like a combination of these different stock from different company, but they are still within the same industry. So what buying an ETF does is that instead of just buying around here's stock, risking it all on them, you buy a piece of them, and you also buy a piece of other airline companies within the aviation industry. So what this does is that it gives you exposure to all of them at the same time. And one thing about ETF is that you get a decent return. the return that the industry is getting. So if the industry is performing well, you're performing well. If the industry is performing badly, like during the COVID-19 period, it would be a bad idea. It would have been a bad investment for those that are in aviation because all of them, they were badly affected. So one thing about ETF is that it doesn't matter whether Ryanair have a long-term plan. It doesn't matter whether Lufthansa have a long-term plan. The thing is, the positive performance from one airline will be net off by the negative performance by one. So on the average, you'll be getting the market return on your investment. So this one may give you a lower return, but you are definitely not gonna lose. If the industry is winning, then you are winning. Say, one of the ultimate check that you can do if you're going the fundamental ways is to ask yourself, this particular company, can I use their product or services? If your answer is yes, then go to the next point. This particular product, can I recommend them to my friends? If your answer is yes, then go to the next one. This particular company, can I work for them? If your answer is yes, then I think you have covered a lot of ground. You can go ahead and risk it all on them. And when you're investing in stock, if you can answer all these questions honestly and not based on hype or what some analysts recommended for you, then I think the return that you're getting on this should be one of the last things that you're worried about. And then be patient. Do not fall into the trap of. I think when you make your decision of investing, when you have chosen the stock, and or you go for the ETF, then I think you should stop looking at it. Don't keep looking at it every day because the market is going to be fluctuating. You're going to be hearing news that it is down, it is up. When this thing is happening, what you can do is that you should just sit down and answer those questions again. Would I still use this product? Would I still recommend this product? Would I work for the company that make this product? And then the last question that you should ask is that if I can afford more, will I still stick with this product? Then if your answer to all of this is yes, whatever the market is telling you, just ignore it. It's just noise. Just keep focused on what the decision that you've already made. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I will really appreciate it if you can click that subscribe button and turn on the notification for you to know when I post another video. Thank you for watching to this time and see you next time. Bye.